Architectural Builders Supply is pleased to present you with this recording of the technical question that is listed in the title of this video.
This call may be monitored and recorded for quality assurance.
So we've got a job of about a dozen doors. They're 3'10" by 7 foot. And, you know, your client gave you, here's the outline, give me a price. You gave that to me, I gave you a price. Then when your guy goes out to field measure, it turns out that the sizes are all over the place. So the question is, can we kind of go with the smallest size and, you know, and it'll work? Well, the answer is no. And here's why. First of all, if you were to go with the largest size and trim them all in the field to fit, you might have a problem with how you would trim the doors, because fire doors are not meant to be field trimmed at all.
Yes, exactly. So that's why I would say go with the smallest one, because I'm not supposed to cut it.
Right. The flip side of the smallest. Yeah. So the flip side of the smallest is NFPA 80, the National Fire Protection Agency, the standard that the code is built on, basically.
Right.
It gives you extremely clear maximum dimensions that you can have. You can have 1/8 of an inch plus 0, or 1/8 of an inch minus 1/16. So you can't exceed 1/8 inch gap at the top or on either side. If you did, the door would technically be not fire rated. And we've got to expect that someone's going to be inspecting these up to the local building code, which certainly is built on NFPA 80, which is where that's called out. So I would say absolutely not. The right thing to do is to go back to the client and say, well, you gave us this directive of giving you 12 doors that were this size. Well, it turns out I can sell you those sizes, but they're not going to work because they're too small and too big. And, you know, the factory needs, every single door manufacturer has that line item charge when you have a quantity of less than 6. That would be the proper way. And because it's so, if it was 3%, I'd say, listen, let's split it. We'll call it a day. It's not 3%.
So 25. All right. So what was my price per door? It was like $1,200, correct? I mean, does the price, does 25% include the hardware? I don't remember what the slab.
So your slab price is $538. That number is going to go up by 1.25. So the answer, I'm sorry, you asked a question. 539 times 1.25. So you're going to basically be that same door is going to go to $674.
Okay. And I don't know if any of them are the same size, so it sounds like I don't have 6 of them the same size.
That's right. I looked through your paperwork and I said, there's not even 6 here that we could do.
Right. They're going to be 12 individually doors. 12. I need to look at these. I need to pull the size of these doors up, because I want to get this started so that way I can just get this paid for. Could you give me an invoice for the sizes that I gave you? Like, if it's completely out of my range, then if it's within a certain amount of range, if I lose $1,000 here because of that, I'm fine with that. But if I'm going to lose a whole lot of money then I need to go back to the client.
Yeah.
So, can I get a price?
I will do that.
The sizes?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll send you a revised quote that'll have that.
Okay, and I'm not sure if that quote included hardware as far as doorknobs. It turns out I will not be using the doorknobs because they're going to use the existing lock mechanisms in doorknobs. Okay.
So what I would need to know is what those locks are so I can price the door prep for it.
Prep for the existing doorknobs. Oh,
yeah.
Okay.
I can't, we shouldn't assume that it's the prep that I priced. It may be, and it might not be. It might be more expensive. If they're mortise locks, it'll be more expensive.
Okay. So, how do I find out? How do I find out the manufacturer of this lock? Because I have a picture of it. Yeah, I have a picture of the lock on the door. I think I've actually sent it to you.
Oh, actually, I have it. I'm looking at them. Yeah, no need. Yeah, those are mortise locks. Yeah, I will price those doors with the Mortise Lock Prep so that you folks can. You saying that they want to reuse their existing? Is that what it is?
Yes, they want to reuse the existing locks.
Okay.
I thought they were just reusing the existing cylinders, and I would have to replace the doorknobs. But they're going to reuse the entire thing.
Yeah. So that one picture I have got, it's missing parts. So I think at a certain point you'll have to, when you give them the deduct for no locks, you'll have to say, you're probably going to need to spend some money because I can, just on the first picture that we saw, there's a missing part. And that would
on that
be,
doorknob, on that lock.
Yeah, on the edge of the door.
Yeah, I know.
So, yeah, and there's a missing screw on that one escutcheon. Both of those points would make that door fail a fire inspection, a fire door inspection. So,
okay.
I would, quite frankly, I wouldn't give them a deduct at all, only because you're gonna have to come up with parts.
They're gonna ask me for the parts for the doors that I'm missing.
Yeah.
Right. But so the doorknobs that you charged, they're not the same doorknobs.
Not at all. Not even remotely close. Hundreds and hundreds each different.
Oh, okay. So the ones that they already have existing are much more expensive. They're the same color though, right?
Well, I quoted the satin chrome.
Okay. Because that's all they asked for. That's all they specified. They didn't have they wanted satin chrome finish on the kick plates and all the accessories. Okay, so I think I need to have a conversation with someone in the contracting office. So yeah, I need a price, basically just the invoice without the doorknobs and the size variance. If you can get me an invoice for that, if I can get someone to sign something, I'll pay it today. I'll try to get it to pay today. And that would be it. So the doors, the individual doors with no doorknobs, and I'll have a conversation with those guys, and I'll come back to you, and hopefully we don't have to change the invoice again, and I can just pay it.
Understood. I'll get that over to you today.
All right, thank you.
Thank you, sir. Bye-bye.
Architectural Builders Supply hopes you have enjoyed this program. Again, thank you for watching, and if you've enjoyed this video, please click thumbs up, please subscribe, and maybe even send the video to someone that you know. Thank you.